everybody, Katie Taylor here from Child Life on Call. Just here to give you a few tips about getting kiddos ready for school and getting them back in the swing of things. And whether it's virtual school or they're actually going in person, we really want to empower our kiddos to feel like they can take control of their own bodies, feel safe or the safest that they can be, and ways to cope with it in appropriate manners. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is getting your child to wear a mask. So it's been kind of all fun and games, right? And we're all getting kind of desensitized to masks. But the real deal is going to happen when your child is having to wear a mask for almost 8 or more hours a day. That will be difficult. But there are some things we can control. So let's think about, you can remind your kiddo before they go to school that the mask happens when they are at school. So that means when they're at home, when they're sleeping in their beds, when they're playing in their backyard, when they're watching TV at home, that's no mask time. Mask time is only going to be happening at school when the teachers or the director of the school is telling them it's time to wear a mask. What that does is it shows them that this is not something that lasts forever. This is not something that happens all day, every day. There is just a specific amount of time that it has to happen. The second thing we want to focus on is the why. So why are we wearing a mask? Okay, we've all heard about coronavirus, COVID-19, whatever you want to call it. It helps the spread of germs from going far. So when we wear a mask, we are protecting our friends, we are protecting our teachers, we are protecting the people who give us lunch, we are protecting the gym coach, the PE coach, our principal. What you want to do is go into the conversation and talk about the specific people in their lives. It's no longer we want to protect everybody, because that's kind of hard to comprehend even for an adult. But we want to protect Mrs. Jackson, and we want to protect the janitor who takes care and washes everything. We want to protect our friend Sally, who sits across from us and has to go to the hospital a lot. You get to be the one in charge of protecting them. So whenever you put on your mask when you're at school, you're protecting your friends and the people around you. So it kind of takes a really vague picture of wearing a mask to protect everybody and ourselves and gives them a real specific note to do it on. The other thing we want to focus on is just giving a safe space, okay? So a safe space so that if school is hard, if it does feel overwhelming, the change is really difficult, we want to give kids a safe space to talk about it. So before they head to school or after they head to school, say, we're going to set a time today to talk about not what you learned at school, but how you felt at school. When you were there, did it feel overwhelming to have your mask on? Did you not really actually notice it too much and it wasn't as bad as you thought it was going to be? Or were you feeling kind of weird that everybody looks really different and it's kind of hard to tell who your friends are? You think you may know someone, but they look different when they have a mask on. It's really just having time to digest those feelings and giving space to do that. Guiding a conversation with some open questions is good, but if your child is shutting down and not really interested in talking about it, that's okay too. What you want to do is just offer that you're there to listen and you're there to be available to them should they need it. So a response could be, I can tell you really don't want to talk about this right now, but we could talk about it before bedtime again, or maybe on Friday after you've had a whole week at school. Just know mommy is here to listen if you want to talk about it. So those are my 3 quick tips for getting back to school. If you have any other questions or comments or things you're doing that seem to be working, let me know.